Hey guys, Time for Coffee here. Today we're going to make Japanese dumplings, or they're more commonly known as gyoza. So to start, we have our dumpling wrappers. We have about a teaspoon of sesame oil, about a tablespoon of soy sauce, about a tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of hoisin sauce, and a tablespoon of oyster sauce. We also have some green onions that we're going to chop up and put in with our ground pork mixture. Also, we have about an inch of ginger minced, a garlic clove minced, and about a quarter of a cup of onion minced. We're going to fry that up in about a tablespoon of oil and let it cool. So let's get started frying. Okay, so let's get frying our onion, our ginger, and garlic. And we're going to let that go until the onions turn translucent. And we're going to take it off the heat and let it cool down. Okay, so our onion has started to go translucent. I've turned off the heat and now I'm just going to remove it from the element to cool down. While we're waiting for that to cool, let's slice up the green onions. Okay, we've got our green onions all minced up. So what we want to do is mix all of this in with the pork. So that's our sesame oil, soy sauce, brown sugar, oyster sauce, and hoisin sauce, as well as our onions and our garlic and onion and ginger mixture. At this point, you could also choose to put in some shiitake mushrooms. I know a lot of recipes call for that, and it's totally optional. Okay, I've added all our ingredients into the bowl. Now it's just time to mix it up. I've also added in a tablespoon of cornstarch just to help it come together. Okay guys, so now what you want to do is make an egg wash. So take an egg and beat it with about a teaspoon of water. And then start laying out your dumpling wrappers. Okay, before laying out your wrappers, just make sure your work surface is clean. Okay, so now take your pork mixture and start spooning a little bit onto each dumpling wrapper. Okay, so my technique for doing this is grab one of the dumplings, wet your fingers with the egg wash, and then press the ends together to make like a half moon, and then crimp the edges. So just kind of do a fold and press, fold and press, fold and press, fold and press. So then you end up with something like this. So do that to all your dumplings, and then get a frying pan ready with some oil to fry them up. Okay, so we've got one batch done. You want to cover these with like a damp tea towel or something, just to keep them from drying out. And we have a whole other side of the package to go here, so we're going to lay those out and scoop the rest of the filling. Okay, while I was waiting for my pan to heat up for frying the gyoza, I made this dipping sauce. It's about a teaspoon and a half of rice vinegar, a teaspoon and a half of soy sauce, a teaspoon of white sugar, and a little bit of minced garlic, and just a drop of sesame oil. So we're going to start placing our gyoza in the pan. We're going to put them down this way, and then we'll tip them over, and then we're going to put them into our bamboo steamer here that I have heating up. So there's a bit of water in the bottom of that wok, and then the steamer's on top, and that's how we're going to cook these dumplings the rest of the way. Okay, so we're going to start turning our gyoza on the side because they're nice and brown on the bottoms. We're going to let these go for another couple minutes. and transfer them into the bamboo steamer. So let's transfer these into the steamer. It's ready to go. So we're going to let these cook in the steamer for another 3 to 5 minutes just to make sure they're cooked through. And in the meantime, I'm going to start another batch in the pan. Okay, so these guys are ready to come out. So let's just scoop them out, put them on a plate, and we're going to put our next batch into the steamer. Continue doing this until all your dumplings are cooked. Okay guys, that's it. The gyoza are done, plated, and they look delicious. Bon appetit everybody, and don't forget to like and subscribe.